Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at the rabbit common diseases, prevention and treatment. Rabbits, like any other animal, will fall sick, though it is not common depending on your management of your farm, but sometimes they will fall sick. And the rabbits are very delicate when it comes to disease. You will need to act very fast to reduce mortality in your farm. A sick rabbit can easily transmit the disease to the next rabbit. That's why it is very important that when you're setting up your farm, you cater for an isolation cage. This literally will be your sick bay, where you transfer all rabbits that exhibit any signs of disease. This will help you to give special attention to those rabbits which have been isolated, but also it's going to help you to avoid a spread of a disease in your farm. What are the indicators that your rabbit is probably sick? This is going to be very important because you need to know these key indicators so that when you see them in your farm, you can then act very fast. The first one is going to be diarrhea. If your rabbit is diarrheating, it is no longer producing very solid droppings. So the droppings are going to start by being deformed. So normally the rabbit droppings are super round. So when you see that, and they are very strong, like hard when they come out of the rabbit. So when you see that your rabbit is beginning to produce deformed droppings and probably soft, you know that your rabbit is heading for trouble. So it's at that point the whole life of your rabbit depends on how swift you act and discover that your rabbit is unwell. The second indicator is going to be weight loss. If you realize a significant drop in the weight of your rabbit, then you should know that there's something not right with it. Normally, you can also feel the rabbit being bony along the spine, along that area. When you try to handle your rabbit, you see that you're literally touching the bones. There's no flesh unless you have not been feeding your rabbit. But if you've been feeding and giving water, then you know that there is a problem. The third indicator is going to be the rabbit belly swelling. So if you realize that your rabbit belly looks swollen and it's also hard, that should be something to tell you that your rabbit is not well. Yes, the fourth indicator is going to be the fur loss. Of course, rabbits, like any other fur-bearing animal, is going to lose a little bit of fur, which is fine, but there is a time when you literally see that your rabbit is losing excessive fur, unless it is in the molt, and rabbits go through the molt season like twice a year, so that can be understood. But also, it is not like a lot. It doesn't happen like the rabbit shedding a lot of fur to the point that it is almost naked. So if you see that your rabbit is shedding excessive fur and it is almost naked, that should be an indication that your rabbit is not well. Then you should act fast. And then the other indicator is going to be your rabbit refusing to eat. If you give feeds to your rabbit and the next day you find all the feeds that you gave, that should tell you that your rabbit is not well. Rabbits, especially in the night, during the daytimes, rabbits don't eat a lot. They are sleeping, but rabbits are very active at night and they eat a lot at night. So if you put for it feeds and in the morning you find it all in the cage, that should tell you that rabbit is not well. And now that we know the key indicators that we should look out for, now let's get to the actual diseases, the common one which we have experienced here on the farm and how we have dealt with them. The first one is the coccidiosis. This is a disease that is shared between the rabbits and the chicken, and you're going to identify it by the rabbit having diarrhea, having watery stool. This though is in the last stages. That's when it's in the severe level. That's when the rabbit starts to have watery stools. The way to kind of catch it early is when the rabbit droppings start to be deformed, and maybe they come when they are no longer hard. That is the point to act. And at that point, you can limit the water that you give to your rabbit and try to give it hay. When you give it hay, it's going to help it. And what causes it actually is partly feeding your rabbit food that has very little fiber content. That is going to create issues for your rabbit. The treatment, you can use Amprolium. We've used Amprolium for coccidiosis, and that has been able to treat it for our rabbit. The second common disease is going to be rabbit snuffles, where you get your farm and rabbits are sneezing. That can be caused by a bacteria, but most commonly this is as a result of ammonia gas that is generated from the rabbit urine. You know that rabbit urine has a high concentration of ammonia gas. Even you as a farmer, if you enter your rabbit structure and you take there an hour and you start to sneeze, that should tell you that there's a high concentration of ammonia gas in your structure. This could be because you have not provided proper ventilation to allow the ammonia gas to be carried by free flow of air. Then that high concentration makes the bunnies to sneeze. It can be as a result of how you have constructed your cage, that the space in between the cage base and the manure collection is very small. So the rabbit, when it is sleeping in the cage, it's literally smelling the urine and also the smell from the droppings on the dropping collection point. So ensure that that space is very important, and some farmers have really not taken it serious in the effort of trying to create a lot of tiers when it comes to their cages. So treatment for rabbit snuffles is going to be any antibiotics. If you find antibiotics that are given to poultry, they should be given to the rabbits as well. And also, if your problem is ventilation, ensure that you create avenues for the ammonia gas to be carried away by free flow of air. The other common disease is mange. Mange, it can also come in forms of ear mites. It is also known as ear canker. This is a skin disease for rabbits, where you see that the rabbit skin is kind of getting clogged. There's some kind of brownish stuff that forms, especially in the ears. And also this, if not treated early, it can overgrow to the head and the nose, to the point that the rabbit just looks funny. This is caused by ear mites, and this can only also be transmitted from one rabbit to another. That's why the element of you having a sick bay is going to be very important. The ear canker and ear mites, you can treat them organically by using oil. This can be cooking oil, vegetable oil. So you just put a few drops on the area which is affected. If it is in the ear, you drop it in the ear. Of course, the rabbit is going to be uncomfortable, but then after some time, it's going to calm down and settle. The only downfall with this kind of method is that, from our experience, it will always come back. So to give a permanent solution, you need to inject your rabbit ivermectin. This is an injectable treatment for skin diseases for rabbits, and we have found it that it works perfectly well. The other disease for rabbits that is common is hair balls. Now, what are hair balls? Hair ball is when your rabbit is bringing out droppings that has some kind of hair in it. This comes as a result of when a rabbit is grooming itself, and maybe it has been in a molt season. It ends up swallowing some part of the fur, and this fur is going to disorganize its digestive system. Sometimes it can totally block the droppings from coming out, and then your rabbit ends up being bloated. How can you? There's really no much treatment for this, but what you can try is also to use vegetable oil, a little pinch of vegetable oil. You can give it to the rabbit in the mouth, and that should be able maybe to kind of make it easy for it to pass out the droppings with this hair in it, or fur. Then what else can you do? You can ensure that if your rabbit is in the molt, you always clean the cage regularly, so that when you put in feeds, the rabbit should not chew on the hair together with the feeds. That would literally fix the problem. The other common disease for rabbits is overgrown teeth. You know that rabbit teeth continuously grows, and sometimes it can grow until it is out of order, and then it starts to cause problems for the rabbit when it is failing to eat the feeds, because now the teeth is too long. This can be caused by you not providing something hard for the rabbit to chew on, like hay. Normally, if you give your rabbit hay, this helps the teeth to be in shape, and you can avoid these issues of overgrown teeth. How do you fix this? You will need to get some clippers, and then you simply cut overgrow on the teeth. That would fix the problem. You can, if there's some kind of blood, you can put this spray for the wounds for animals to kind of stop the blood from oozing out. That should be able to also fix that problem. So those are the list of our common rabbit diseases that we have come across, and how we have fixed them. But for you to be able to run the farm smoothly, it's always better to prevent the diseases than to cure them. So we have these general guidelines to aid you with having a disease-free farm. And first of the prevention measures is keeping hygiene. If you keep your rabbits in clean cages, give them clean drinking water and quality feeds, you are going to lower the chances of your rabbit ever getting sick. So this also comes with having proper ventilation for your structure. That kind of environment does not groom growth of diseases and pests that can cause diseases to your bunnies. The other is feeding. When feeding fresh grass, ensure that the grass you have cut is very clean. If you can cut it from areas where people do not graze a lot their animals, because remember also these animals can be carrying the diseases. So if you're cutting from areas where everyone grazes from, you can easily bring the diseases to your farm. So ensure that the grass is clean. Get it and wilt it under direct sunlight, because also that is going to kill any pests that could have come with the grass. If you grass is dirty, please wash it with salt, and that also should be able to kill some some germs for you there. Monitor your rabbits for any sign of disease. Normally, the faster you act in terms of addressing these diseases, the higher the chances of your rabbit surviving. Ensure that you're giving your rabbit hay, because that is going to work on the rabbit's gut, and you can avoid most of the challenges that and the most deadly bloating and also diarrhea that come with you not feeding your rabbits, not feeding your rabbit food that is high in fiber. If you've watched this video this far, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a like, comment on this video if you would like to give us any form of feedback, and we will catch you in the next video. Thank you.